Remember how I said that the next video is gonna be about the day 2 of camp? Yeah, I kind of lied. So, sleep. A part of camp that may or may not have been nice for some, but for me, it was an absolute nightmare. Cause before the camp started, we were all told 6 of us were gonna be sleeping in one tent, which we thought, hey, won't it be cramped? But they reassured us, there's more than enough space for 6 people. Fast forward, it was after we showered and it was super heavy rain, so every single 301 of us had to squeeze in more than 50 tents in a tiny shelter. I was way too tired to remember exactly what happened, but what I do remember is how absolutely horrendous that tent smell was. I seriously remember there was a tiny puddle of water, which the teachers just told us, oh, just take some tissue and go and dry it. It was also crawling with little bugs, which the teachers just said, oh, just ignore it, they'll go away. You know what else we noticed? The tent was a tad bit little too small for 6 people. Yeah, I realized only after the camp that tent was made for 2 people. Okay, so I decided I was gonna sleep in the corner. Worst decision yet. It was the hottest place ever. And when I finally decided I can close my eyes and fall asleep, I heard followed by, oi, girls, some of your friends are trying to sleep. This cycle of endless torture went on until about 12 midnight. So I ended up sleeping for maybe about an hour or so, and then I woke up because it was way too hot to sleep. So I went to the toilet, which was my only escape, and rethought all my life choices that led me up to this point. And then I just went back to sleep until about 3 a.m. And then I woke up again to find multiple spiders lingering around my tent. So I spent the rest of the night sitting up, hoping one of these spiders wouldn't bite me and this thing would end now. So for those saying I'm not representing the guys, I asked one of my guy friends to tell me about what happened during the sleeping time. Tell me what happened during the sleeping time during Sec 1. What? Sec 1? Me Yeah. So I slept at the second from the right. Worst part I tell you. Cause Chers will kick you. Got one little gremlin next to me that started sleeping on me. Bleep. And since Bleep is next to me and since Bleep is on me, On is insane. And so he took up half the tent and started snoring. And then got one pole dancer, Blank, that kicked me about 3 times. And when I finally got some sleep, got some retarded girl started shouting, so I got about 10 minutes of sleep. Yeah, that's about it. It was terrible, main point. Well, anyways, the second it hit 6 a.m, we were awoken by, ladies, get up! I was already up, preparing by packing up my stuff. Then after that, we had breakfast, where everybody just started complaining about their sleep. And then the special drink came. It was packeted Milo. I personally had never been a fan of Milo, but the thing is, that day it tasted different. It felt like something finally good had happened in a long time, and that gave me enough energy to go through the entire day. Now let's speed run the rest of the morning till the next YouTube-worthy story. So first we were packing up our tents, and then we had to make some paper airplanes. Then we wrote down our dreams, blah blah blah. We saw a cool ship, and now cooking. I know, cooking isn't that interesting. But you know what is? Gambling. What do I mean by gambling, some of you may ask? Well, first, what do you need for gambling? Money. So we had to do some puzzles to get tokens, which we would use in a later auction to get things, which could be anything from spices, a ladle, salt and pepper, or just absolutely nothing. Funny thing, my group got one of the most difficult puzzles, so we were unable to get almost any money, so we didn't get anything from the auction. But that was kind of a good thing. For reference, what we had to cook was instant noodles, or only the cultured will know it as Maggie Mee. So during one of those auctions, someone betted more than 26 plus tokens, and you know what they got? corn. Who in the right mind puts corn inside their Maggi noodles? And then the group after that immediately just won luncheon meat. And the group that got the corn were just like rethinking their life decisions at that point. Because this is gonna be the only good meal they were going to have until they went home. Yeah, okay, so they didn't use the corn, blah blah blah, cooking ends. Now, speed run again to the next activity. Cycling! Cycling was my most favorite activity in the whole entire camp, mainly because I could actually relax. So I'm going to explain what I saw and what we did during the cycling thing. So first off, they separated us into two groups, people who could cycle and people who couldn't cycle. Those who couldn't cycle were stuck in the campgrounds, spinning rounds and rounds and rounds learning how to cycle, while people like me who knew how to cycle had to go for a test. Which of course I passed easily. So, the group of us who knew how to cycle, of course, all went out of the campgrounds to go cycle around Sembawang. So we were cycling near the longkang when all of a sudden, at the corner of our eyes, wait, the train there, what's that? Well, Winnie from the past, I'm glad you asked. Those were dogs. One of them I clearly remembered was a golden retriever. And these dogs, just remember them. So we cycled all the way to Sembawang Park and we found this cool looking playground which we played at. Until the inevitable happened. Whoosh whoosh rain noises. We rushed to put on our raincoats and then I remembered something. When there's a heavy rain, what happens to the drains? It gets flooded. Now what was in the drains just now? That's right, the dogs. So what do you think happened to the dogs? I leave that up to your imagination. So we reached back at the campsite at about 5 and we all wanted to take a shower because we were all like drenched with water. You cannot shower until 9 o'clock. Now you know what I mean by being the A class is kind of the worst because they wanted to make us shower last again. Hooray, I'm so happy. We protested and they let us shower. But okay, wait, for those people who are from my school, you know there's one part that's missing. Yeah, it was campfire night. My class did just like trash for it. Yeah, but being in the class comm, I also had to host something in between. But like, I also kind of trashed, nothing to talk about. Anyways, the performance thingy ended about 10. I was very, very, very tired. But you know what they wanted us to do? Set up the tents again. Like, what was the point of tents? No one wanted to sleep in them. So they decided to let us just sleep on the floor. And for some reason, the floor was better than the dang tent. Nothing notable really happened on day 3. So I'm gonna just skip that. So at the end of the camp, our teacher sent us this amazing text. Good evening 1A, here's some unglams of all of you. Then this amazing text from our not very trustworthy form teacher. Here's the part I yap and put down my artwork. So a lot of people fell sick during and after the camp, which includes me. I didn't feel like animating that. Our amazing principal brought us some ice cream during the camp. That was also pretty nice. And yeah, that's it. The next video, I'm not sure when will come out, but thank you so much guys for waiting. Please tell me your camp experiences in the comments below and please subscribe. I'm so close to 100 subs. Thank you.